Hello, welcome to Final Boss Fight. We are back after a short hiatus with horror on the Orient Express. I am the Keeper of Arcane Lore for this campaign, and I am joined this evening by our crew of investigators. I'm joined by Brian Croy Dragon.
Hello.
By the Dark Lord Richard.
Hello, and I just bring horror. I don't bring the Orient Express, I just bring horror. That's what I bring.
Joined by Robin.
Hello.
Sarah.
Hi. I don't know what I bring.
And
Different
Christy.
things.
And Christy.
Hello. Hello.
And I'll do the recap for this evening because it's been a bit of time. So, last time on Horror on the Orient Express, the diplomatic intrigue between the Sarnathians and the beings of Ib finally came to a head. The Dreamlands Express arrived at Sonar Neal, where the passenger Mac Mackenzie departed the train. Among those boarding the express were King Karanes and his retinue of knights, and the investigators were surprised to discover that King Karanes was also from the waking world, a native of New England to be exact. They met with the king and discussed the nature of his authority and learned that he was a man trapped in a position he no longer wanted, but was unable to find anyone else suitable to give the position to. He also asked them about the Sarnathian and Ibian delegations and their current situations. A royal banquet was held in King Karanes' honour, and Zusa, the young dancer and travelling companion of Madame Bruja, performed in front of the gathered passengers. Following the banquet, the hearing between the two delegations was held, with the beings of Ib demanding reparations, an apology from the Sarnathians, and the return of the statue of their deity Bokrug. The Sarnathians acquiesced to the first two demands, but did not agree to the third. The investigators managed to negotiate an arrangement which was mostly acceptable to all involved. However, the king did note that the Sarnathians were unlikely to hold up their end of the arrangement. The express then arrived at the floating city of Seranion, where the Sarnathians departed, eager to return to their city in time for an important festival that was about to take place. King Karanes also departed the express at this point. Henri, the conductor, warned the investigators of possible trouble ahead and told them that if they wished to, they could leave the Dreamlands Express here. The investigators decided to carry on and see the journey through to the end. The express launched itself from Seranion into the sky, flying through an ominous skull-shaped cloud that managed to perturb even the usually unflappable Henri. The express flew through an infinite abyss of stars and galaxies as it neared its final destination at the Gulf of Nodens. The investigators spoke to Karakov, the Russian arms dealer, who suddenly took fright as he heard the sound of drums. He pointed to the rear of the train, and the investigators saw an army of undead horsemen, cannons, and a twisted, spiked submarine heading towards them. Karakov fled into the baggage car as the army began attacking the express, with some of the pavilions shattering under the assault. Henri pointed out the two humanoid creatures who drove the express flying past to defend against the undead army, and said someone needed to take over the engine. Roland Billio and Edward Beatty went to the front of the express to keep it moving, and found that the engine of the express was in fact a huge mouth fed by chunks of flesh dug out of the creature acting as a fuel tender. Meanwhile, Maya Havdat went to make sure the Ibians were unharmed, and Major Mercy and Nancy Sutherland pursued Karakov. They found him in the baggage car in front of a huge trunk which, it turned out, represented his conscience. Realizing that the army was in fact a manifestation of Karakov's guilt, they persuaded him to face his fears and accept responsibility for his crimes in the waking world. As he finally did so, the army retreated. There was little opportunity to celebrate, however, as a new threat appeared in the form of 6 immense flying creatures resembling giant parrot sharks, led by the familiar figure of Madame Bruce's enemy, the Sorcerer. So we're going to carry on straight from where we left off. I'm going to move us straight to the express map. And as I said, you see the sight of these 6 immense flying creatures coming towards you. And actually can give you I can tell you what they look like actually. I've got a picture of them here. Just for
They
Robin.
look adorable.
For Robin.
Flying monkeys.
Not quite.
That's not the picture I thought you were going to use, to be fair. They look less adorable in that one.
Yep. And you turn to look at Henry, and I think it's mainly Major Mercy and Nancy Sutherland who see this, because, as you said, Edward and Roland are busy carving chunks of creature and feeding it to the engine. Maya's down below with the Ibians, so it's Major Mercy and Nancy who see this. And you see, if everybody watches the map,
Oh.
Oh.
6 of them
That's
appearing.
too many, Jeff.
To line that up better, you see 6 of them, and the one in the lead is being ridden by the creature you know as the Sorcerer, black in the face, charred body, glowing red eyes, and they're making for the train. And
I thought you were going to say the Lord of the Nazgul.
very, it's not a bad picture actually, to be honest. Nancy and Major Mercy, if you turn to look at Henri, you see he is now actually afraid. And in fact, I would, sorry, carry on, Major Mercy.
I was thinking, can I slap Henri in classic pull yourselves together style? You know.
Oh, before you do that, I would like Major Mercy and Nancy to make me sanity rolls, please, as you see these things flying towards you.
Oh, good. That roll.
You could read off what you get, please.
So 51 out of 93. That's a success.
Okay, Nancy is just absolutely fine with this. Probably intake a breath. And Major Mercy.
Oh dear.
What did you get?
Well, you had the provided.
Can you read off what you got, please?
I've just seen it now. Oh, 94. So that's a failure.
It's a failure, but it's not a fumble. That's a D6 sanity loss, please, Major Mercy.
Oh, that's a 5. That sounds bad.
So, Major Mercy, this may be the final straw for your mind. You've seen weird things in the Dreamlands. You've seen undead cavalry. You've seen these small, slimy Ibian creatures. Now you're seeing these 6 giant, almost as bigger than elephants, flying towards you. Can you make me an intelligence test, please, to see if your mind stays stable?
Oh, yes.
Okay, what did you get?
Can I spend luck?
What did you get?
Oh, sorry, 76 over 70. So a failure.
That's actually what you want for this case.
I shall leave it alone then.
You actually want to. This is one of the roles you fail. As your mind, just like your military training, kind of takes over, and you kind of compartmentalise yourself.
Yeah.
Your mind kind of compartmentalises, focusing on the here and now. And you do turn around and slap Henri. And Henri shakes himself. He goes, Monsieur, we must get away from here. We must try and outrun them.
Does the train have any defences at all?
Monsieur, this no, of course not. What do you think this train is? This train is for travelling, for luxury, not for battle. Although sorry, Nancy, you about to say something?
Yes, but it's fine. You can keep going. I'll get to it in a minute.
I was just about to say, Henri turns to look and says, but fear not, Monsieur, we will not face this threat alone. And again, Nancy and Major Mercy turn and look, and you see 6 more figures rising up from the abyss. These are humanoid figures, bat-like wings, horns on their heads. And I'll bring these up a bit just so you can see them. Henri will tell you that the huge creatures flying towards you are called Shantaks. And these creatures that have just risen up from the abyss are called Night Gaunts, and they are on our side. They've been Henri says they've been sent by Nodens to assist us.
Okay.
So,
this being the dream world type of place, can I dream up a weapon of some kind?
You have asked this
A
question
big-
before. The most you can dream up is probably a sword or a knife.
I was hoping for like spear gun.
What I am going to do, though, even though I'm not going to run this as a combat in the traditional sense, I'm going to ask you all to, if you could click on your character sheets, and your character sheets in the combat tab, it says initiative, about halfway down at initiative, and it says center turn tracker. So if you click your tokens and click center turn tracker, it will put your initiatives in the turn order, and also give me an idea of who to focus on. So we're going to focus on Maya Havdat for a bit. So Maya, you're in the compartments with the Ibians. There are no windows, so you're not entirely sure anything that's happening outside. But you feel the train start to move, start to bustle.
Yeah.
And the Ibians say to you, "What is happening? What is going on?
I don't know. Should we go and have a look?
We want to help. We can help."
Follow me then. And I'm gonna run out and see if I can see anyone.
Okay. You lead the Ibians out, and as you're passing, you also pass the padded compartment where the wine merchant Mironimir is being held. He was the one responsible for the murder of the cat Snowpaw.
Mm-hmm.
He says to you, "He has come. The sorcerer is here. Let me out. I can help you. Please let me out. I can help you. I want to help."
Why should I trust you?
I want to make amends for what I did. I want to face this sorcerer down.
Can I just get a read on whether he's being truthful or not?
Psychology roll, please.
Yeah, just give me a moment. Where's it gone? Come on. Psychology. That's a 47 out of 20.
It's very hard to tell. Even though he looks human, you know that he is not human. It's very hard to tell, but he looks human and says again, "Please let me out. I have to do this."
Maya's gonna take a deep breath, look at the Ibians, raise an eyebrow, and then kind of turn back to him and say, "I'm gonna trust you. Don't make me regret it." And she's gonna unlock the door.
And Mironimir, "Thank you. Your trust will not be misplaced." And he actually runs ahead of you to the top side. Gonna do Major Mercy and Nancy together because you are together. You see these creatures flying towards you, and you see two of them break off, and they start. It's going to be a messy board, so please bear with me. Two of them break off and fly to where the join is between the sleeping car and the baggage car, or what's left of the bathhouse, and they start trying to pull it apart. The tentacles latching the cars together are holding firm, but they're trying to pull the cars apart. And you also see another two go to the rear of the sleeping cars and again trying to pull the cars apart as if they're trying to pull the train apart.
I want to go and try and find Madame Bruce.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Okay.
I'm not saying this whole thing relied on you saying that, but I was very much hoping you said that. You do know that Madame...
Stand back and watch what happens.
Madame Brusha and Zeusa, you know, are in the sleeping cars. And it looks like the Shantaks are trying to tear apart the train, isolating the sleeping cars. And you see the sorcerer on his Shantak and other Shantak wheeling around overhead. I'm going to go for Major Mercy first. Major Mercy, what would you like to do?
Why am I widening my eyes? I'm not Major Mercy.
No. That's a big push. You know, it's good enthusiasm. I'm gonna go and try and fight one of these Shantak.
It'll be one of the ones It'll be one of the ones closest to the baggage compartment to where you are. Can you please make me a it's gonna be a fighting brawl check. Do you have sword, or are you using sword, or are you using a knife?
Ooh.
There's a different.
Yeah, I'm a swordman officer.
Okay. That's gonna be a. I need to look this up actually. The sword does have a base skill. Fighting sword is a base skill of 20.
Okay.
So you have to roll. You have to make a fighting sword check against a 20.
And how do I make it do that for a new thing, effectively?
For now, just roll a D100, and we'll determine what the result is.
Okay. Can do that.
Jeff's gonna make stuff up.
81. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's not. Well, what happens is you're trying to hack away at the Shantak, but the hide of the Shantak is like too thick for the sword to get any purchase on. However, you see, at about this time, you would see the wine merchant Mironimir rushing out from the baggage compartment, followed by Maya, followed by the Ibians. The Ibians all leap onto one of the Shantaks, and you just see Maya and Major Mercy. You just see them, like, clawing and biting away at the Shantak. And Mironimir, he also jumps to the other Shantak. But halfway through, he transforms into his crustacean form, and he just starts ripping away at the Shantak, managing to distract them from their task for the time being. Nancy, you make your way to the sleeping car, being careful to dodge all the turbulence and the Shantaks that are flying around. And you enter Madame Bruce's cabin, and you see Zeusa there as well. And Zeus, they're both looking quite worried. Well, Zeus is looking quite worried. Madame Bruce is just sat there, serenely composed.
Madame Bruce, he is here.
I know he is, my child. I sensed him coming. You know what he is here for, don't you?
I do. Is there no way to person he destroy?
Sorry, I can't quite catch that. Can you repeat that, please?
He's going to destroy. Is there no way to defeat him? He's going to destroy everything.
Karkarov had to face his fears. Is there nothing similar you can do?
There may be a way, but it is very costly.
What is this way? Can I help?
Leave it here for a moment. Come back to you in a moment, but I want to turn to Roland and Edward in the engine compartment for now. I'll come back to you very shortly. Edward and Roland,
Yep.
You're still shoveling chunks of flesh into the mouth of this creature, the engine, causing it to go. And Ed and Roland, you feel a bony claw gently tap you on the shoulder.
He'll sort of slowly look over his shoulder.
You see a 9-foot tall creature, long, thin, completely blank face. He is black. He is completely coloured black, ebony black, black as darkness. I've got a picture of them here as well.
Mm-hmm.
One of these things actually.
All right. Yep.
It's arms, long arms with claws on the end, feet with claws on the end, bat-like wings coming out of it. And the sight would make you recoil in fear, except you also notice he's wearing dark blue trousers with gold lining, a white shirt with gold paneling on the epaulets, and a dark blue cap.
Yeah.
And he holds out his clawed hands, indicating the shovel.
Roland will happily give it over.
The Knight Gaunt.
He
takes
is a
this-
big bloke, I would take it. He's quite worn out.
The Knight Gaunt will take the shovel from Roland, and Edward, you also there is another Knight Gaunt similarly dressed there, also holding his hands out for your shovel.
Edward just looks him over with wide eyes and then hands over the shovel.
I suppose I should make you both do a sanity roll for this, because these are creatures you still wouldn't want to meet them in dark alleys. So just make me a sanity roll, but the sanity loss won't be too much if you fail. So both of you make me sanity rolls, please.
Let me get back on to... no, you don't have to go on to skills, do you? It's just there.
It's at the top here.
There you go.
What did you get, please?
I got 31,
31 out of...
86.
Okay, so you're fine. I'll say you passed that one. You don't take any sanity loss. And Roland?
I got a hard success. It was 27 versus 54.
It's the sight of the uniforms, I think, that's kind of like mitigate it for you. These are obviously these are strange, weird creatures, but the uniform kind of like makes them less horrible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What would you both like to do now? You feel the train shaking again.
Go investigate.
You return back from the engine and you see these giant Shantaks flying around. As this is the first time you've seen them, I need another sanity roll from you both.
Oh,
And I just closed it.
They both did really well. Can they not just keep their sanity going?
Oh dear, I have a failure.
Oh dear.
I had a success. 2
Okay.
versus 86.
Edward's just completely chill. He's
Edward's just like...
He's fine with everything.
For a pass, it's not...
Nine.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry?
I was going to say mine's 91 versus 54, which is a failure.
It's still not a fumble though, so Edward takes no sanity loss from this. Again, Edward's just completely chill with this. Roland, roll me a d6 for your sanity loss. One sanity. That's not too bad.
Ignore that second sanity. I was going to edit, and it wasn't on edit.
It's okay. That's fine. I just need to the creatures at the front of the sleeping car, which Major Mercy, the Ibians, and Mironimir are attacking. They're too distracted to be able to work on trying to separate the cars. The creatures at the rear of the sleeping car, however, are still trying to wrench it apart. So I just need to make a roll for them to see if they succeed. Ooh. Just about failed. They don't succeed in wrenching it apart, but it's a very close thing. It's like they're trying to pull the tentacles apart, but the more they pull the tentacles apart, more tentacles come together to hook around each other, to lash around each other. I'm going to return to Nancy for the moment. I'm going to break the turn. I'm going to return to Nancy because I said I would. Nancy, you're taking cover in the compartments with Madame Brucia and Zeusa, and you can feel the train rocking as these creatures are trying to separate it. And suddenly, the head of one of the creatures suddenly bursts through the window next to Zeusa, and Zeusa screams and starts bashing at it with the statue that she has. But you see on the back, it's the creature that has the Sorcerer on it. I need another sanity roll from you first of all to see this undead thing staring into you. So sanity roll from Nancy first, please. There's lots of sanity going tonight.
Hard success, 44 out of 90.
Just like the determination takes over you, you stand your ground. And you see the Sorcerer's glowing red eyes, and they burn into your eyes. I need you to make a power roll for me.
I'll repeat my previous. Oh, pants.
Could use luck.
Can I use luck for that?
What did you get?
Oh, sorry, 80 versus 75.
Yeah, you can use luck for that if you wish to, yep.
Yeah, that I think is a good use of my luck.
Okay. You feel a compulsion start to take form in your mind from the sorcerer. Compulsion, but your strength of will is able to repel him. And you feel him retreat from your mind, and he pulls his reins back and the Shantak flies away. Madame Brewster says to you, "Yes, there is something I can do. Come with me." And she leads you out of the cabin. Now going to go back up to the top of the round to Maya.
Right, so there's which of the two Shantaks are trying to pull the
There's two at the front of the sleeping carriage, and there's two at the rear. If you look on your screen, I've got the two at the two on the right are the ones closest to you. The two on the left are the ones at the rear of the sleeping cars.
And which ones is getting attacked by the Ibians?
Two on the specifically, I'll say it's this lower right one here.
And I cannot remember his name. Wine merchant.
Yeah, he's attacking the top one.
Okay. Maya is going to. I'm going to run and try and jump onto the back of one of the other two, if I can.
Okay. Yep, that's a fair thing to do. That will be either jump or dexterity, your choice.
Oh, let's go for dexterity because it's slightly better.
Do some acrobatics.
My jump is 50. My dexterity is 85. That's a success. That's a 51 out of 85.
You managed to quite handily leap from the train, and you managed to grab one of the wings of this creature, and you managed to pull yourself up and get onto his back.
Okay. Now, on their head, what does their head kind of look like? Do they have any kind of horns or whatever I could kind of grab onto?
Let's have a look at the artwork. The head seems quite flat. It just seems almost like a bird's, not so much like a reptile's head, like a snake's head, I would say. But there are spines along its back that you can see.
Yeah. I'm going to grab onto those spines and I'm going to try and redirect it towards the, I want to say the necromancer, but the sorcerer.
Okay, that's going to be a maneuver. I'll ask you for, it's going to be a fighting brawl check, but I'm going to have to ask for an extreme success for this.
Yeah, okay.
This thing is big. This thing is massive.
I haven't said that. My brawl's not too bad. It's not that good though. Yeah, no, that's an 85 over 60.
Okay. This creature, you try and pull its spines to try and redirect it, but it's not moving. In fact, as you do so, its head comes round and it's going to try and bite you. So this is going to be it's a maneuver. You have the choice of trying to dodge or trying to fight back.
So I'm gonna go. Would that be brawl if I tried to fight back?
It would be, yes.
You know what? They're exactly the same.
If it makes any difference, if you fight back and you tie, the tie goes to the attacker. If you dodge and tie, the tie goes to the defender.
We'll go with the dodge, which is a regular success at 34 over 60.
The Shantak got a regular success as well. You just managed to avoid this snapping jaw. If you hadn't dodged, it would have taken your head off.
Yeah, I was going to say, just out of flavour, can Maya try and pat its nose?
That's probably what did it. That's probably why it tried to bite you, to be honest. Yeah. Major Mercy.
Yes. So as this one lunges for Maya, could I try and sort of use that to my advantage and see if I can get at a weaker part of it, a less protected part of its neck or underbelly or whatever, and then try and stab it?
Yes. I'll need so essentially you're using Maya as a distraction, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just move you up next to the creature so we know which one you're attacking. So between Maya attacking it, Mironimir attacking it, I'll say you have a bonus die. Again, if you're using your sword again, it'll be another fighting sword check at 20.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have my gun. I'm a modern soldier. So it's 20. So do the roll a D100 again.
Yes, it'll just be a D100 roll. Yep. In fact, roll it twice. I'm going to take a leaf out of somebody else's book. If it's a bonus, so roll it straight up twice, and take the lower one. And you can use lucky if you want to.
I want to kill this damn thing.
Okay.
What if I go and look? Oh, I don't know if I'm actually going. Oh. So it need to be a 20, wouldn't it? Or do you say I got bonus dice as well?
Yeah. So so roll it. So bonus die. In this case, I'll just say roll the D100 again.
Oh, so I've done that.
Yeah.
Damn. Right.
Cavalry.
No, I don't.
You don't have enough.
Don't have enough luck.
Oh dear.
Can I? Let's go back. Can I push it? Is that an option?
Not in this case. You may get another. If you get another turn next time, I'm going to follow this rule. If you get another turn next time, you would repeat the action anyway. So in combat, you don't. I know they said this wasn't in combat, but in this situation, pushing it just means your turn comes around again next time.
Okay. Well, I was only floating the idea of pushing it. I shall hold off and work out what I want to do, because this trying to stab it's not working.
Going to go down to Roland now. Roland, what would you like to do as you come out and see this absolute havoc that's happening?
I mean, are we trying to defend ourselves from these creatures? I take it these ones are the bad. The bad guys.
You see them. You see two flying around overhead, and you see four of them, two at the front of the sleeping cars, two at the back, and it's like they're trying to rip the train apart, like pull the carriages apart.
Roland doesn't have any guns, does he? He only has knives, I think, on him.
The Dreamlands guns don't really happen in the Dreamlands.
Yeah.
But you got your cleaver on you. If you want to try and take another swipe at the one that Edward and that Maya and Major Mercy are attacking.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, because to Roland it would just be like a large animal.
Yep, go on then. Make an attack with your. If you go to the combat tab, you should be able to do it from there. Okay, yep. What did you get?
Oh, very good.
Wonderful.
What did you get?
17 versus 53.
Very nice. That you just bury your cleaver into it. So let's see how much damage it would do. Let me just get your sheet up for the combat. For 1 moment. Cleaver does 1d6 plus 1 damage. So roll a d6, add 1, and that's the damage.
I rolled a 4, so that will be a 5.
Very nice. You definitely take a piece out of it, and it bleeds. It's like oozes like thick black ichor blood. But it definitely, and it like brings its head out and howls in pain. It wasn't able to dodge, but it's too busy being distracted by the others. But congratulations, you have now attracted its attention.
Lovely.
Edward.
I'd like to think that I've sort of hacked off a wing.
Not quite that far, I'm afraid. Edward.
No.
Okay, so what are my options here exactly?
Fight run, hide, any of those.
Think I'll make use of the automatic.
You don't have it in the Dreamlands, I'm afraid.
I don't have. Do I have my knife?
You can have your knife, yes.
Okay.
You're gonna follow. We can say you follow Roland and just like start slashing away at this thing, the same one.
Yeah.
Okay, make me. This will be a fighting brawl check. This will be.
So do I roll brawl or the knife?
If you're on the combat tab, roll knife.
Damn it!
Did it not?
It was a 35 versus 20.
Oh. Do you want to use luck? You can use luck if you wish to make that into a success.
Sure, I've got 36 luck.
Okay, so that'll be 10 points of luck to make that into a success.
Whoops.
That's fine. And how much damage does it do? If you roll it on the card, it says at the bottom how much damage it does.
Let's see here. 34 against 36 luck. Oh wait, damage. 1d4.
Yeah, so if you look on the bottom of the card in the chat, where you had your brawl failure, it gives you your damage. It gives you failure, then it gives you range, and it gives you damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's the damage.
Damage 1.
Okay. It's not nothing. You manage to catch it a gash, and again it snarls in pain.
In the words of Tarzan, Bandolo.
And I'll say this as well, Edward, as you're following Roland towards this creature, you see one of the other night gaunts, or say this one, flying past. And on its back, you see Guillaume the ghoul riding on it. And he looks and he sees you as he's flying. This is what they do actually in the story. This is literally what they do in the stories as well. They can ride these things. And you see him, and he sees you, and he gives you a salute, and he says, "Vive la Revolution! Vive la mort!" And he flies and starts harrying them, almost like a fighter pilot, although you wouldn't know what they are because he died before they came about.
Mm-hmm.
Going to go back to Nancy, breaking the turn order slightly. I need to make another roll for the creatures at the rear, just to see if they succeed.
I am just holding onto the plushie of Alex.
The creatures, the Shantax at the rear, continue to fail to pull the thing apart. Nancy, Madame Brucia rushes out of her cabin. He actually comes out of the pavilion onto the bridge that links the two pavilions together, and she climbs up onto the roof of the pavilion.
Follow.
You following?
Yeah.
You follow her, and she calls out saying, "I have what you want here," and she holds up her valise. And the sorcerer on the Shantax flying overhead turns around, looks at her. I've got the picture of him as well. All these artworks I'm not showing. This is what he looks like close up.
He's a bit evil.
And he turns around, and he brings his Shantax down, flying towards Madame Brucia and the valise she's holding. And he snatches it out of her hands, gleefully ripping it open, only it's empty. And Madame Brucia starts to laugh.
I turn to her and I go, "What have you done?"
You turn to her, you call out, "What have you done?" But in front of your eyes, she starts to change. Her skin and muscles start to shrink in on it herself. Her bones start to elongate, her ribcage expands. And she floats above the carriage, no longer Madame Brucia as you recognise her, but this long, spindly, skeletal creature. To see this does require another sanity roll as she's turned into this undead monstrosity. Still laughing.
Have we picked the wrong side again, Sarah?
I think what you've done, This has happened before, damn it. Hard success, 31 out of 93.
How much do you want to guess? If Edward was there, he'd still be chill.
Zero sanity loss for that. But you watch as she brings her bony skeletal hands in, pulls her ribcage open, and you see this bright red light shine out from inside it. And she pulls it out of her chest, and it's like this glowing red stone. And she calls out to the sorcerer, "This is what you seek." And she makes a move to fling it over the side of the train. Only as she does so, there's more turbulence as the Shantax continue to try and rip it apart. Her aim is thrown off, and this stone lands at your feet, Nancy.
Can I pick it up and throw it as far away in the opposite direction to everyone as I can?
Well, we'll take the first part of it first. You bend down to pick it up. And it is the shape of two hearts entwined together, and it burns from within as if from some inner fire. And as you pick it up, you can feel the heat from it. Although it doesn't burn your hand, you feel the heat from it. You feel anger, you feel rage, you feel resentment, you feel hatred towards all who would hurt you, all who would hurt any woman. And you feel that this power bursting out from you, and you think you can use it to actually burn your enemies.
Oh! What would I have to do when you say that I feel that? What is it that it wants me to do?
You think that if you just like hold it aloft and point it towards your enemy, you'll be able to burn them.
Right, cool. Yes, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. There is a cost to this, as you may imagine.
Of course there is.
So first of all, it's going to cost you 5 power.
Mhm.
And 1d3 sanity.
Oh, it's not as bad as I expected.
So once you've deducted that, let me know. And all the fighting is around you, but for now, all there is you, the creature that was Madame Brusha, and the sorcerer of Chantak flying towards you. How much was that?
3.
3 sanity lost. But a jet of flame shoots out from this stone towards the sorcerer. Roll me a d10.
That didn't work, did it?
Don't know. Nope, that's a 104. Try again.
104 on a d10 is very impressive.
Could I hit that bouquet instead? That's a 3. Is that good? Is that bad?
That's 3 damage to the sorcerer. As this like this heat bursts out. It's like a line of flame that bursts out towards the sorcerer, hits him, and it actually pushes him back a bit, and you can see it start to burn his clothes. However, the fighting is still going on around. Maya.
So this Shantak I'm on's been damaged, hasn't it?
It has, yes.
Seeing that there's probably no kind of point in trying to just kind of soothe it, which was what I was going to try and do next. Of course you were, yes. Maya's going to whip out her knife and try and stab it in the head.
Okay, you're on it, so make me this would be a fighting brawl with a bonus. So just make your fighting brawl twice. Keep it easy.
Sorry. I hate the bonus dice there. That's an extreme success.
That's an impale. Okay, so the impale works. It should give you, if you rolled it off your damage, it should give you the full damage on the card.
Yeah, so it says damage and extreme. So damage is 2 and extreme damage is 4.
For a knife.
Yep.
It does say knife.
It does say knife, yes. But this thing impales as well. So that should impale. Roll another d4 on top of that. Lovely, -8. And you like feel your knife go in, digging in. And this thing just like howls. You get the feeling it is like very wounded now, actually. And it is in fact your turn on the initiative order.
How far away is this sorcerer fellow?
He's approaching the roof of the sleeping car, and if you look at the sleeping car, you can see Nancy. Oh, and this giant crone, skeletal undead creature. So looking at them, you need to make a sanity roll as well if you're looking in that direction.
God damn it! Viewing. Go for the whole game with your eyes closed.
There we are. Yeah. I never understood that. Like, how do you know to close your eyes?
Ooh. That's another failure. That's 62 over 66.
Okay, that's a 1d4, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
That's a 1d4 sanity roll, please. Sanity damage, please.
Sorry, I just looked off for 1 second there, Jeff, and it was my Discord froze. So it was a failure on the sanity.
Yeah, so 1d4 for that.
1d4. Two.
2 sanity. 2 sanity. And so, what do you wish to do? What would you like to do?
I mean, I want to try and get the sorcerer, but I don't know if that's going to be too far away. Like, I want to run over and like jump on him.
You can try, but that would be. You can make the attempt. Certainly, that would be a. Again, I would give you the same choice I gave Maya: dexterity or jump. But it would be a hard.
Yeah.
Unless you
I want to basically try and like. Okay. What I want to do is try and like shoulder charge him off his Shantak thing, like knock him off, preferably into the I don't know.
Yeah.
Etherealness around us is what I like. So did you say dexterity or?
I would say that's going to be a. That's a maneuver now. That's going to be a fighting brawl. Now that you've described it.
Oh, God damn it! Right. Fight and brawl. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Ooh. So that's a 20 or 30. So it is a success. But did I need a higher, thing for this?
Oh no, I'll let that stand because the sorcerer got a hard success in his defense. So he resists your shoulder charge, and he turns and looks at you, and you now feel his red eyes burning into yours. I need you to make me a power roll.
That's a failure. Could I spend luck on that one?
Yes, you can if you wish to.
Okay, I shall spend 8 luck and make that into a success. So that was 73 originally over 65.
Okay, so that's now a success. He scored a regular success with his. So again, I'm going to give you the victory on that one. So again, you feel this pressure in your mind as if he's trying to compel you to do something, but he retreats. Nancy.
Okay. Can I keep trying to aim this thing at him?
Can do, yes. It will cost you another 5 power and another 1d3 sanity to do so.
Yeah, let's go for it.
This is definitely Nancy's villain origin story. I'm saying here.
Nancy's
What I love about this. So what I love about this game. They're like, it's not about like damage or horror. Sometimes it's even corruption.
Yes. 1 point of sanity.
Nice. And can you make me? It's another 1d10 roll, please.
Hello?
No, we're rolling it.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What I'm going to say is to bring this to a narrative conclusion. If you're willing to lose another 5 power, and Nancy, if you're willing to lose 10 power and force and 5 sanity, not counting intelligence roll, I will bring this to a close and say that you managed to burn the sorcerer to ashes. It's up to you.
Go on then. 10 power and how much sanity was it for?
5.
5. Yeah, go on then.
But I'll split it up so it doesn't count as intelligence roll because you'll be over a couple of rounds. So in between all the chaos of the night gaunts flying around, of your companions battling against them, you managed to burn the sorcerer to ashes where he is. Right, the important part of this was that you found the heart, you found the weapon against him. And as he burns to ashes, the night gaunts, now leaderless, now not under anybody's control, just kind of like drift off and fly into the abyss. Maya, you might want to make a running jump to get off your one before it does the same.
Yes, I will do that.
Dexterity, please, or jump.
Oh, I know the dexterity is higher, but I think I might just try a jump here.
just for the fun of it.
Well, so I can tick it off if I succeed.
Oh, you
as well. Oh, nice, very good. Yep.
I succeed.
There's a very epic moment of Maya running along this creature's neck and jumping off the head just as it moves away, and it's the dramatic thing where you're just like leaping and you manage to catch hold of the railing just in time.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, there is no more danger.
What?
Henri breathes a huge sigh of relief. The night gaunts return into the abyss from where they came. Nancy, what do you do? The Shantaks and the night gaunts, because the Shantaks were there as well, harrying them. They disappeared to where they came from. Nancy, what do? You're still holding this stone, the lover's heart.
What's Madame Brusha doing? What's happened to her?
You look and you see she's now almost collapsing back into a human form. It's like mist rises around her and you see clothes appearing around her, and she's as she was before. And she looks at you with something what you think is pride, actually, in seeing what you've done, in seeing your determination and willpower.
What was that? What is this?
That, my dear, is the lover's heart. It's a powerful magical artifact. It can only be wielded by those who have strong determination, strong spirit, such as yourself. I've only found a few people who are able to wield it. And she she takes the valise back and holds out the valise to you, open.
This is what you are going to destroy. To throw.
That decision is still before me. But for now, we can keep it safe.
Is he gone? Do you know? Is he gone for good?
He is no more. You destroyed him completely.
What will you do with this if you do not destroy?
That is something to decide upon. But whatever happens, it will be safe.
See, now the big decision before Sarah is, does Lancey like this become her proper villain story and just keeps it and goes insane? Or does she do the right thing that is Nancy-ish?
That is a question for Nancy to answer.
Yeah, no, she's putting it back in the valise.
Okay, and
I'll go away.
Anna Bruce closes the valise. And with that, the Dreamlands Express, battered, bruised, and unbroken, approaches its final stop. And this final stop is essentially a platform hanging in the void. The Dreamlands Express comes to a stop alongside this platform. The passengers all disembark, all carrying their totems. You see Karakov there, and you see him standing next to his big trunk that he had in the baggage car. You see Zusha holding her statue, Madame Bruja holding the valise with the heart of fire in it. The ghoul that was Guillaume also steps out onto the platform. The Ibians step out onto the platform. Moronomir steps out onto the platform. Henri steps out onto the platform. This is the end of the journey. This is where the final decision is to be made. But first, the ghoul that was Guillaume walks to the edge of the platform. He turns around and he looks at you, Edward Beatty. He gives you a salute. Monsieur Beatty, au revoir, et merci beaucoup.
Au revoir.
And he stretches out his arms, and he falls back from the platform into the void. Maya, the Ibians gather round you. We must return to our homes now.
I will try and find a way to comfort.
We thank you, friend Maya. You are, if you can, you are welcome to visit. And with that, they turn in single file. They just literally just walk to the edge of the platform and just drop off.
I'm imagining lemmings now that Sarah's put that idea in my head.
Kind of, yeah. Other people there. Karakov is there, and he's looking thoughtfully at his trunk, and Major Mercy and Nancy, you remember this is the trunk that represented his conscience. And he's looking at it thoughtfully. Do you wish to say anything to him?
Nancy goes over and says, do not discard your conscience.
Do you know? It turns to you and says, do you know? I think I'm not afraid anymore. And he reaches and he opens the trunk. And he steps inside it. And when you turn and look back, both him and the trunk have disappeared. Madame Brucia and Zusa stand together, and Zusa looks thoughtfully at the statue. This is the statue of herself as a dancer, representing her dream of being a dancer, and she looks at it thoughtfully.
Have you just finished?
Sorry?
Have you decided, Zusa?
I think I'm going to hang on to this a little bit longer. You've been very kind to me. You believed in me when very few people would. I think I'm going to hang on to it just a little bit longer. And Madame Brucia pats her on the shoulder and says, "Well done, my dear." And then Madame Brucia turns to you. "Well, I've made a decision of what I'm going to do with the lover's heart. I'm going to keep it somewhere where I know it will be safe." And she holds out the valise to you.
What was that scream?
That would be me. Nancy's going to take it.
And Madame Brucia nods. "It was a pleasure to meet you, Nancy Sutherland. I hope maybe someday we will encounter each other again in the Dreamlands."
I would like that very much, both of you.
Morona Mir is standing next to Henri. He knows he has to return to the land of Ulthar for judgment, and he is happy to do so. But Henri turns to you and says, "Mes amis, the time has come for your decision. You have your totems, I believe. What do you wish to do? You can either hold on to them or cast them into the void and discard them to the Gulf of Nodens. The choice is yours, mes amis."
Thank you for your hospitality, Henri. I shall be keeping mine. There is much to lose by disposing of it.
Of course, mademoiselle. You are always welcome aboard the Dreamlands Express.
Likewise, I'll holding on to mine.
As shall I.
Monsieur?
Yeah, I never intended on doing it anyway, so.
Yes, and I'll certainly keep mine.
Of course, Monsieur, Mesdames, Mademoiselle. I hope to see you again on the Dreamlands Express in the future. But for now, I believe it is time for you to return to the waking world. Au revoir. Tips his hat. And the five of you find yourself drifting away. And you open your eyes, and you are back in the waking world in the hotel in Milan. Now, we're going to do some rewards at this point. We're not finished the session yet, but we're going to do some rewards now.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Do I still have the lover's heart when I wake up?
We'll come to that.
Oh.
We will come to that.
I have come to a frightening realization.
First of all, you gain 1d6 sanity points for saving the train, and 1d4 sanity for saving Henri. So 1d6 plus 1d4 for your sanity.
Whoops.
Hey. 6 points back.
Take that one. For sanity, was it?
This is for adding to your sanity, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, ignore that sanity roll.
That's fine.
Wasn't it 5?
That's great.
Oh, great. So that's going to put my sanity at 96.
Well done.
I may need to look at that a bit later on, actually, because there is a limit on it.
You got 6.
We can adjust that necessary. For that, that's fine for now, because it does mean that
90,
if you fail a sanity roll, it will be that much worse. But 96 sanity is fine. Because you decided not to discard your totems, you decided to carry your baggage because, as you all said, it's part of who you are. For that determination, you can all make an improvement check on your power. So all of you make me power rolls. And if you fail your power roll, you get to add a d10.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay, so roll a d10 and add that to your power.
Oh,
now
where is power exactly?
the section at the top is the section at the top of your screen.
Oh,
It's the sanity.
you lost 20 power.
1d10 on the success, is it, Jeff?
Yeah, one. If you fail, it's 1d10. Add 1d10 to it.
Educate. Oh, there it is.
That's better now, I suppose.
Yep. So if you pass, you don't get any improvements. If you fail, you gain 1d10 sanity. 1d10 power, not sanity. And finally, as you wake up and the last bits of sleep leave you, can you all make me intelligence rolls to see if you can remember the dream? Maya. You try to hang on to the last vestiges of the dream, but it slips away from you.
Hang on, I'm just trying to see where mine was.
Oh, you're at the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
An extreme success.
You all remember the details of the dream, apart from Maya. It was just a dream.
Nobody tell her.
Now,
Go
I
on
would
to
like.
be a best-selling author about
I'm going to do
the little people.
I'm going to do something. Going to try something a bit different now. Robin, I'm going to ask you to not hear this next little bit, please.
Okay. Shall I leave the room then?
Please, and we'll call you back when you need to. Nancy, Sarah can stay. For in a moment. Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the result of that intelligence roll, you'd remembered every moment of that dream.
Mm-hmm.
You remember everything that happened. You remember the Ibians. You remember the Sarnathins. You remember the Night Gaunts. You remember Madame Brusha. You remember the anger and the hatred and resentment you felt when you held the lover's heart. In fact, you're still feeling it. You realize that you're gripping something rock hard, like a stone, in your hand. You look down, and you are holding the lover's heart.
Does it still feel hot and...
Yes, exactly as it was in the dream. Whether you wish to tell the others this, that's up to you. And we're going to return back. You can call Robin back now.
How is Masks of the Orlotep going?
Going good. Surprisingly, no one's died yet.
Don't jinx it. We're back.
Oh dear.
So.
We were all talking about you.
I don't suppose you remember, but I did say this happened during your last night in Milan. So you would board the train, the Orient Express, at 12:30. The date is the 27th of January, 1923. And the conductor, Wolfgang, shows you all to your compartments. I'm going to move us all to the sleeping car. And move us along here a bit. We don't need to turn order. Turn order can go away. The train leaves Milan at about 1:30. And it's nearly time for lunch. What do you wish to do?
Have some lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say, we haven't had anything proper, have we?
I'm going to start with do a little bit with Major Mercy first. Major Mercy, as you come out of your compartment, you see one of the waiters walking towards you, as if in a daze.
I'm gonna sort of, just put my hand out to stop him just to check if he's okay. Are you okay, sir?
You called me, and I came.
I called you.
And he shakes himself and recovers himself. He's, "Oh, senor, you didn't call me? I thought I had someone call." "Oh, I apologise. That is my mistake.
Where were you heading?
I think I came to tell you that lunch was ready in the dining car, if you'd be so good. And at this point, the conductor Wolfgang appears and it says, Lorenzo, what are you doing out of the dining car? You know you're not allowed in the sleeping cars. And Lorenzo says, I thought Signor here called me for something. And turns to you, and he turns to you. Wolfgang turns to you, Major Mercy.
No, I've not called for anyone.
You see, Lorenzo? He has not called you. Why would he call you? Go back to the dining car. Do your duties. And Lorenzo scampers off a bit cowed. I'm very sorry for that, sir. It will not happen again.
He was just trying to be attentive. Don't worry.
Yes, of course, sir. Yes. However, lunch is indeed ready in the dining car. If you and your companions would care to come this way.
Of course, yes.
You all... Is everybody going for lunch in the dining car?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Move to the dining car. You enter the dining car, and there's a few people scattered around. You see, at one table, looking out of the window, a young woman, almost a girl, barely in her 20s, dressed in black with a black veil. At another table, you see a couple, a young lady looking out of the window, a man not really impressed with not really looking around at his surroundings, but attentive to the girl. And you also see another man, a bit older, sitting at a table by himself, and he's not looking at the view outside, he's writing away in a notebook. And as you look outside the window, whereas before the scenery was quite mountainous, going through mountain passes and mountains, it's now all completely flat as you're journeying towards Venice. Lots of fields as far as I can see, rivers breaking them up, the occasional villa going past along the side of the track. It's all very flat. What do you wish to do?
Where's the woman in the veil? Is that
this girl here? Yes.
Yeah. All right. I might just want to inquire if she's okay and if she would like to join us. If just seems by herself and in a bad state.
Okay. I'll move you to her table for the moment. What are the others going to do?
Edward is going to take a seat and he'll have a far-off look in his eye looking out when he looks out the window.
Okay. Any seats in particular, or just...
the closest to the window.
Okay, I'll put you here at this one then, yep.
Oh.
Oh, you can go where you wish to, yeah. Up to you.
Yeah,
where you wish
that
to go.
works.
Yep.
I go and join Mercy on this table here.
Yep.
Brolin's gonna get a drink and sit here, but he's also gonna sort of get out what knives and things that he has and just sort of inspect them and give them a clean and whatnot. Doesn't look ominous at all, you know. It has a funny feeling that they might do from something.
Do we have a Maya?
Yeah.
What was Maya going to be doing?
You know.
You're a bit far. Where's he going?
Hang
I couldn't hear that, I'm sorry.
That's very inappropriate, Maya.
Where's he gone?
In between the couple.
Oh, God.
That's absolutely fair. Okay. We'll start with Maya then. Actually, Maya, you I say introduce yourself. That's a word definitely to this couple. Somewhat nonplussed as to why you're trying to stand between them. But the girl says, "Oh, hello. Sorry, is this your seat? Are we sitting in your place?" If you're speaking, Robin, we can't hear, I'm afraid. Can't. If you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Hello.
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 Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yep.
Sarah?
Probably not.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh,
Can you hear us?
We can hear you both.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. So Maya's basically saying, it is my seat now. Join me for a drink. My name's.
Oh, Maya. That's a nice name. My name's Evelyn. Evelyn Drake. And this is my husband, Charles.
Nice to meet you both. And she kind of puts her arm and then clicks over away.
Ooh, that's the
Charles-
worst thing anyone's done in this whole campaign. Clicking away there.
Charles looks somewhat nonplussed, but Evelyn is just like taking it all in stride. Charles is looking a bit nonplussed by this. He's like trying to shovel away. He goes, shovel away. The waiter does bring over some drinks, and Evelyn says, "Have you travelled on this train before?"
Not on this exact. But we've come from London.
Oh, it's my first time as well. My Charles here. We just got married, you see, and Charles here is taking me on my honeymoon. We're going to Constantinople. He's been there many times on business. He says it's a lovely city. I'm quite excited. We're going to be stopping off along the way for some more sights, but I'm quite excited. This is my first time as well.
Interesting. That's our as well.
Oh, maybe we'll see you there then. We're not getting off at the next stop at Venice. We're carrying on a bit further before we get off. Charles knows all the best places to go. He knows all the best sights to see.
And
Charles,
you
Charles is like
recommend you
grunts.
lucky old dog.
But you must tell me, where have you been to? Have you seen any? Where have you been to see?
Oh, let's see. We have been to Paris.
Oh, I love Paris. I love Paris.
Just left Milan.
Milan
What
as
else?
well. Did you go? Did you go to the theatre, to the Teatro Scala?
Yes. There's commotion there.
Oh, that's a shame. I didn't get we didn't get a chance to go there to the performance, but it must have been wonderful to see.
I was going to say the audience. Dog. Say.
Missed that. I'm sorry.
The
Yeah.
audience by the front on stage.
Oh,
Partway through the performance.
is that normal?
Not as far as I know.
Oh, it must have been terribly exciting. Wasn't exciting? Did it sound exciting, Charles? And Charles again just like grunts and trying to like not pay attention, but failing because Maya's slap bang in the middle of them.
And going to say, so where do you reckon?
Missing it again, I'm afraid.
Where do you recommend we visit, Charles?
Well, I don't know. Venice is supposed to be good, but I've been there before. It's after a while, one canal just looks like another. Trieste has got. Are you going to Trieste at all? Trieste has got some nice buildings. There's a interesting cave system near Trieste, actually. Constantinople, I've been there, done a lot of business there. Some nice mosques to see there. I just mainly travel on business. I don't have time to see a lot of the sights, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna say Maya got a little notebook and jotting it all down.
As you're having this conversation, and Evelyn Drake is just absolutely loving it. You know, you're the most interesting person she's met on this trip so far. We're going to move to Major Mercy and Nancy as you talking to this young lady, and she just looks wistfully out the window, her head in her hands. And she's like fiddling with a silver locket.
Sorry to disturb you, miss. We just wanted to check if you were okay.
Oh, Senor, I will be okay, I think. Maybe.
That is a beautiful locket you have there.
Oh, thank you. It was my father's. And she opens it up and you see this portrait of this man, quite a handsome looking man with a bushy moustache. Yes, this is my father's. It's all I have of him. He died suddenly of pneumonia. I was visiting relatives in Milan and I shouldn't have left him. I thought he was ill. I shouldn't have left him.
And is that why you are in mourning?
Yes. I'm travelling back there. I want to be there for his funeral. And she wipes away a couple of tears. Sorry, forgive me. My name is Maria Stagliani.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Maria, although I would have preferred it was under better circumstances. My name is Nancy Sutherland. This is my travelling partner, Major Mercy.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. Are you also travelling to Venice?
Our aim is to complete... we're planning on travelling the whole length of the Orient Express through to Constantinople.
Oh.
But I believe we shall be spending some time in Venice. Is that where you're travelling to now?
Yes. I'm supposed to be meeting my fiancée off the train. You don't know. Can you both make me psychology checks quickly, please? Just while we're here.
Oh, I could, couldn't I?
You could burn her with your super weapon.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say burn her as a witch.
Well,
no, but you know what? I don't like the person Maya's sitting with, and I did think I could use that for it.
What did you get?
Just because he's annoying. Hard success, 23 out of 70.
oh Jesus, I'm rolling terribly there. 73 out of 46.
Well, I think Maya's keen eye. You see that when she talks about her fiancé, she looks somewhat unhappy, not as happy as you expect someone to someone talking about the love of their life would look. Instead, she looks a bit unhappy. But when she hears that you're spending time in Venice, she looks a little bit relieved.
Does your fiancé live in Venice?
Yes, he does. He's a member of that organisation, the ones who wear black shirts.
The fascists.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yes, I didn't know the English word. I'm sorry.
Oh well, I mean, is he? So, out of character, keeper.
Yeah.
Is Mussolini in charge yet in Italy? Where are we?
I mean, I do have a little section here about events in Venice. I believe he is actually. About this time, Brian, any if you've got any different view on that, please.
1922 to 1943 was when he was in office.
So he's only been about a year in power at this time. Thank you, Brian. That's very helpful.
Probably less than a year. October 31st, 1922. So, what is it?
So only just. We're in January now, so it's only just.
And so is your fiance Italian?
Si, yes, he is. His name is Alberto Rossini.
And sorry, you go, sir.
How did you meet him? Was he someone your father was acquainted with?
Oh boy, I'm digging up all the notes now. Hang on a minute. It was we met at a party, and he took an interest. He said he wanted to find a way to protect me and my family, and of course he saw himself as the strongest man, and who better than him to protect?
Does your family need protecting?
I didn't think so, but he has a lot of influence, a lot of power.
Forgive me. Oh, go on.
I say she sighs a bit. She sighs as she looks out the window.
Where do you live normally, miss?
I do live in Venice, yes.
Yes.
You do not sound too pleased to be going. I'm sorry, I appreciate this must be a difficult time for you with your father passing. But you do not seem particularly relieved to be going back to someone who has claimed they will protect you.
I'm not. It's almost like she doesn't want. She's having trouble saying it. He's a good man, but he's not the one I love. If you must know, I'm afraid.
What are you afraid of?
I'm not sure exactly. I just have a feeling that something bad is going to happen.
Who is it that you do love? It sounds as if there's somebody you have in mind.
There is, but I do not want to talk about it right now. I'm sorry.
Of course.
You've been so kind already.
Oh,
Of course, we do not want to pry further at this time. Would you like company while you eat, or would you prefer some time on your own?
I think I'd like to be alone for a little while.
Of course.
sorry, Mr. Raspberry. Are you political? Like your fiancé?
No, I just want to live my life with the people I love. I'm not one of them.
Well, enjoy your lunch, miss. And I suppose we'll go and join, not Maya's table,
No, let's not do that.
but the other people.
Like there is still this guy on his own writing away if you want.
I don't know, we could leave him for now and come back. We
Yeah,
really
I
have
think-
some...
I think we'll have lunch for the time being.
Mhm.
Go on.
Just to say, this is an opportunity. I know we talked about like creating opportunities for role playing between the characters. This would be a good
Right.
opportunity as any.
Yeah, I have actually set one up here.
So I'll go and sit opposite Edward. You seem rather quiet and pensive, Mr. Beefy.
No, I wasn't thinking of Katerina.
Oh! I mean... It was an interesting evening last night.
Yes. It most certainly was. Miss Sutherland. Very interesting.
Not
how
one for
did-
the opera. Is that what it's always like? Or
Depends. I've seen my fair share of opera. I've seen Aida. I've seen some Bluebeard. I've seen the Ring of the Nibelung. Dear me, how long was that one when they tried to do all 4 of the operas in one day? I think it was going round into the next day when they tried that.
Have you seen opera in Milan before?
No, I'm actually from Toronto and I've seen some opera there. Haven't been in Canada for a few years now. 5 at least.
You're
and what have you been doing in your time away from Canada?
Well, I served in the Allied intervention in the Russian Civil War. I was in Egypt a bit during the search for Tutankhamun's tomb. Had one very strange night there where I woke up and thought I saw a mummy walking through the Valley of the Tomb, the Valley of the Kings, by the light of the full moon.
Oh, so an interesting few years.
Yes, well, met a American fellow at one point, a man by the name of Seabrook, William Seabrook. You know, one of those explorer types. Explorer, occultist.
Oh, it sounds like he'd have been useful on what we're doing now.
Yes,
and
he,
is this...
of course, he did cover. He has written about cannibalism and even tried human flesh, which, just to say he's tried it, to my incredulity.
He tried it.
Yes.
What was he hoping to learn from that experience?
Well, as he said, he had obtained samples of human flesh from a hospital and cooked it himself. He said it was good, like fully developed veal, but not yet beef. I have never been curious enough to try it.
I stand corrected. I do not want him on this.
I feel while he sounds an interesting character, I'm not sure that anyone needs to have the opportunity to try human flesh.
Yes, I hear he's. He told me he was thinking about going to Haiti at some point.
Well, I'm glad we will not be travelling there at the moment. Do you wish to continue travelling, Mr. Beatty, or are you hoping to return home to Canada?
I am not sure if I can return to Canada. Last time I was there, a policeman had been assaulting my sister, and I fear I may have killed him. I fled not long after.
He sounds despicable, although these things are not unheard of. Was there any witness to this?
So is your plan to just travel?
I may return eventually, hopefully after receiving word that I can return home.
Do you still have friends in Canada who are able to give you these words?
Oh, yes, I have my father, Alfred, my sweetheart, Margaret Brocklehurst, and I did meet a Canadian during my time with Howard Carter's expedition by the name of Tim Sullivan, but unfortunately he's from Nova Scotia. A completely different part of the country.
And have they been able to give you any word if you did kill this policeman?
He did die eventually, but it's being disputed by those who worked alongside him and those who have actually given the report of what it was that killed him.
Ah.
Is it right if I interject at this point and ask Roland, what are you doing? Are you still going through your knives and things? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm still going through my knives and things. I can obviously overhear from the other table what they're talking about and what have you. Yeah, I can tell from sort of being a bit older and more experienced that he's obviously a bit heartbroken over the opera singer and what have you, as well as not being able to return home. It's got me thinking about my wife that died and what have you, and how, you know, maybe I should be taking this trip a bit more seriously as a trip. Because, you know, I'm a lot, well, not a lot older. I think I've got him like late 50s, 60s, so he's sort of aware that, you know, maybe I should be taking this trip more as a trip.
Of course.
And less monster hunting. I'll be right back. My laptop's about to die. I need to plug it in.
Oh, another one. Okay, sure thing. Yep.
Right. Be right back.
Does remind Major Mercy, I must write my wife a letter.
Back to that.
While Edward's been saying this, you notice that sort of Nancy's got a hand on her pocket and seems to be holding on to something in it. Her hand keeps being drawn to it, particularly as Edward's talking about his sister being assaulted by someone and it being covered up.
Are you okay, Miss Sutherland? Did you seem fidgety, maybe?
I don't know. I'm unsettled. I had the strangest dream last night, and sometimes these things linger with you for a while afterwards. It's been a very unusual experience, this trip. Quite different to anything I think I've experienced before.
Yes,
Probably this. Probably at this point, Wolfgang will come through. Minor Dominant Heron. We'll be arriving at Venice in approximately 3 hours' time at 5:05. That is all. Please continue to enjoy your journey.
Do we have any business in Venice? This is our character.
That's up to you to say if you want to check your notes a bit.
She'll check my
I know
notes.
we're still looking for parts, aren't we?
Notes, Robin?
It will be the little book. It'll be in there.
It's in the London section.
Possibly.
If you're looking for those notes, I put them somewhere else. I put them under the Sidefkar Simulacrum section, if that's what you're looking for.
Do you know what? I went right past that. Oh no, I can't get out of it.
I mean, I want to see Venice anyway. So,
Yeah. Yes, we do have business in Venice.
then we shall get off at Venice.
Yeah.
And maybe shoot some fascists. I don't know.
I mean, that certainly sounds like where it's going.
Meanwhile, this chappie over here continues to just write in a book. He's not even paying attention to what's happening outside or the scenery outside. He's just not bothering to look at all.
Well, let's go and find out what this chap's up to. And I'll just walk over and sort of introduce myself as a fellow traveller, and saw that he was by himself, and just want to know if you want to join us or have some company.
Sorry, didn't catch that. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Robin can barely hear you. It's very quiet and coming in and out.
How about
Mm.
Still the same, I'm afraid.
Sitting in that seat.
How about now?
Yep, can hear that, yep.
So as you're passing, you get here. More. Did you get?
Afraid not.
I didn't catch
Afraid
any.
not, no.
No.
I don't know what's wrong with this microphone.
It's.
It's direct. I think it's directional.
I
It's
know
a
you-
directional microphone.
Something really far away.
Can hear Sarah
What
perfectly
wrong-
well.
The seat of power, man. What Maya's saying is you hear cheers from where she's pouring out drinks.
I've got to steering well clear of that table.
I'm going to try to get the pair of them drunk.
Oh dear. I'm just going to move you, Richard, Major Mercy, to this chap's table. And you look, and he's just like writing away in this notebook. He barely looks up as you approach.
Excuse me, sir?
Oh, sorry, I was miles away there. Sorry, yes, can I help you?
Oh, just me and my party noticed that you were alone and just wanted to know if you wanted to join us for lunch.
No, I'm quite happy here, just writing away. And he looks at, as he's doing so, he's looking at the glasses and cutlery on his table, and he's like sniffing a bit as he finds a little bit of a smudge on one of them. You'd think by now they'd have figured out how to clean glasses properly.
I
Oh,
mean, I normally.
Sorry, rude of me. My name is Patrick Jensen. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Keep is it? Could Major Mercy have heard of it?
I'm gonna have to ask you for an education roll.
Oh, I am good at that.
Yep.
Went to Oxford.
Well, it's not quite that far back, but yeah.
Sorry, just being a little bit slow there.
Well,
A hard
it's a success either way.
Hard success, yeah.
You know that
I got.
you got, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's fine. Either way, it's fine. Slightly out of character. Do you know that Orient Express traveller's companion I keep trying to point you towards?
Yes.
Have a look at who it's by.
I mean, is it by Patrick Jensen? Let's have a look. Oh, my computer. Terribly sorry.
Anybody else can jump into this as well if they want to.
See how quickly it will let me do it. Is the question.
I'll go on over. Right here. Hello?
Hello. Yep, we
I
can
don't
still hear
even
you.
know where to start looking. There's a timetable.
It'll be in.
Okay.
Where did I put it? Let me just see where I put it first. I think I put it in Leeds in the journey. Yes. Under the journey, there's a channel called Leeds.
Right, I'm into it. That took enough time. Travelers companion. Oh, well, it's by a PE, Jensen. So you know.
So probably here.
Well,
Do you say that to him?
Oh, Mr. Jensen of the Traveller's Companion. Is that right?
You know, for a moment I was hoping that you'd know me from some of my other work rather than that little hack work.
Oh, well, of course I know, as he Googles.
Googles.
I mean, I got a 3, so I think I can...
Yeah. You may have come across his name in the library. Usually, I usually write about art and architecture, you know, and travel, different places I've been to, and yet my most famous work, it seems, is that blasted Traveller's Companion for this blasted train.
Yeah, maybe one day there'll be a murder on it.
Yeah.
That would Lyron think that, yeah. You know how many times I've been on this train? I'll tell you how many times I've been on this train, and he's still not looking out the window. In 30 seconds, there's going to be a villa outside. It's going to be dilapidated. Half the wall is going to be collapsed on it. There's going to be a tree outside in its garden. I almost know it back in my hand.
Maybe you should take different, trains.
Yeah,
There are other ways to get around.
but unfortunately, this is where the money is.
Did you ever see that bit of vandalism on one of the ceilings or whatever it was? George was here, I think it was.
Yes, I do recall that. Yes, it was a strange incident. And he's kind of warming up because it's history now, which is more of his subject. Yeah, there are some strange things about that train. There was a graffiti on the roof of one of the carriages. Apparently, one of the passengers got a bit uppity and demanded service in the salon car. I believe that's something that the company actually took on board. Can't remember her name now. Emily, was it? I don't know. Some passengers think they know better than the staff how to run a train.
Well, if they took her advice, it sounds like she did.
But yeah, are you a historian yourself? Talking to Edward. Are you a historian yourself? You seem to know a lot about this. You seem to know a lot.
Yes, I was a member of Howard Carter's expedition for the search of Tutankhamun.
Oh, you don't say. Have you ever written anything about it?
No. Not anything that's been published, but
Well,
I have written a few things about the pharaohs, Tutankhamun, Horemheb, all of the ones leading up to the end of the 18th dynasty.
I'll tell you what, because I'm interested in art and architecture myself. If you want, I can put you in touch with my publisher. You'll get a very good deal from them. Much better deal than you'll get from that Prospero House place in New York. That writer, what's his name? Jackson Elias? He's a hack if ever I saw one.
Thank you.
Anything to get one up over on that Elias. He writes populist fiction. He thinks he's writing interesting academic work, but it's all populist fiction, most of it. All that stuff about cults and secret rites and stuff. I don't know who'd believe that in this day and age.
Mr. Johnson, you've got a lot of animosity in you.
I like writing about things that are real, not things that are made up.
Yes, well...
Here's my card, and he passes you his business card, and it says P. Jensen, writer, and contact details on it. When he gets a moment, look me up, and I'll get you sorted out.
Thank you. I'm not looking to, write anything like like when H. Rider Haggard wrote Moon of Israel just because he thought a Menmacy was the pharaoh of Exodus instead of Morneptah, but yes, I'd like to write some things about Egypt.
Of course, it'd be a pleasure to do what I can to help you.
Thank you, Mr. Jensen.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I am a bit behind on this chapter. It's been very pleasure. It's been a great pleasure to meet you, though. I wish you all the best in your success in your future endeavours.
Well, I've already left. This guy.
Yeah, no, Nancy stayed exactly where she was. She's writing in a diary if you come back to her. But she's sort of looks over and rolls her eyes.
Yeah, Edward just returns to the previous table wherever that was. There it is, right there.
I think we're going to bring this to a close by saying the train rumbles on, and at approximately 5:05, it crosses over the Mestra Bridge into Venice, and it's like this long, about a mile or so long bridge across the lagoon into Venice, and you arrive at Venice San Lucia at 5:05, and that is where we'll pick up from next time.
Ooh.
So, thank you very much for being here. It's been good to get back. It's always great to get back to these things, and I say we have actually passed a milestone. We have actually we have definitely passed the halfway mark now. So it's all downhill from here, if I can say that.
Are we past the Dreamlands?
Dreamlands chapter is completed.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. It's good for what it is, but it can get a bit bogged down in it. But now we're back in the real world, back on the train, and back on the hunt for the Silver Simulacrum. We'll do our stars and wishes. We'll start with Brian, actually. What was your stars and wishes for tonight?
Stars, definitely the end of the Dreamlands. I think that might be a lot of people's stars because although I'm typically a quiet person, I felt like I was just feeling exhausted with the Dreamlands. Wishes, finding Katerina and more chances for me to, talk about opera or Egyptology.
Brilliant. Yep. Richard.
Ooh. I liked. I did like the weird. What did you call those? The creatures who came to help do the. Yeah. When they turned up in uniform, I thought that was quite fun. When they were helping, put all the fuel in, I thought that was good. And I liked Nancy starting her long journey to evil. Which Mercy wouldn't encourage, but I definitely will. That was good. And I felt there was a lot of sanity checks and roll for this and roll for that to see how horrible things were going to be for us, which I liked.
Edward was just chill.
You were, wow, yes.
Completely inflammable. It's some more monsters, is it? All right. As for wishes, I don't know. I do like Venice. I'm very interested in Venice, so I'm keen to see what's going on in Venice.
Robin.
Right, can you hear me?
Yes,
yes.
Okay. So I actually really liked the whole combat thing we had. Felt very different from Cthulhu. I really like that people are starting to go slightly more insane. I'm trying to think. I like the little bit of role play, just in the party and all that as well, and I'd like to see more of it.
Mm.
And maybe get involved with it and not just wander off.
That's on you.
That is on me.
Maya, Sarah. There we go. I'm just reading names now and hoping to hit the right one. Sarah.
I enjoyed Nancy having this powerful whatever it is that she now has. That's exciting. And I enjoyed that bit of combat and role play, and yeah, I found that whole bit quite interesting. I really enjoyed finding out a little bit more about Edward's backstory and a little bit about Roland, so long may that continue and develop. And yeah, interested, glad to be back on the proper train again, I think. Even though I've enjoyed it.
No more.
Christy.
Who?
Christy.
Yeah. I was going to say it's quite nice that nobody gave anything up in the end.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of got to the end and it was a bit like, yeah, what are we even doing here? And
Not playing their weird games.
Of everybody else. Sorry?
Yeah, we're not playing their weird dream games of throwing things into, fun.
Yeah.
You know, that sounds like something we might regret later on.
Yes. Any wishes?
Not at the minute. I might have an idea on changing character, but we will see.
Of course.
Yes.
For myself, I did enjoy this session. I think everybody really shined out in this one. Like everybody had the chance to shine, and everybody did shine. I loved Nancy again. Like start of darkness for Nancy, stepping up to be the hero. I loved Edward, reveal of your backstory. That was very good. I really enjoyed seeing that. Maya getting in with the Drakes, Charles Neville and Drake. That was fun to see. I just really enjoyed like I say, everybody shined out in this one. There's nobody who was left out on this one. Everybody had their chance to shine, and I think everybody took their chance to shine. Wishes to see more of that, I guess, and to keep going from here. As I say, we have reached an important milestone here. The Dreamlands is over. The chapter of the Dreamlands chapter is over, and that's a big milestone. I agree that does drag things down. It's like if I was to run this again, I would pare that back a lot. But we got through, we experienced it, we got through it. Yeah, let's carry on from here. We've started the year strong, and let's carry on from here.
Before we wrap up, that Seabrook fellow I mentioned.
Is he a real person?
Yes, he's a real person.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say, I did recognise the name. I was a bit like...
Yeah, I'll put his Wikipedia article on in general.
Oh boy. So, with that, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.